Yes, hey everybody. It has been a day. But some days, well, really every day is dedicated for self-care. I ain't gonna even lie. But today, today most definitely. Sorry. Today most definitely is the day that I put into taking care of moi. And that has a lot to do with rest. I'm really big on rest. I am. If there was like a rest retreat, and maybe I need to put that together. A rest retreat, baby. I need to write that down. I'm gonna do a rest retreat, baby, because I am the queen of resting. All right. And that anyone that knows me knows I love to rest. And it's funny because my mama used to say that when she was younger, she used to go to sleep. And my mama could go to sleep, y'all, at the drop of a hat. You'll be sitting there talking to mama and she'd be like, sleep. You'll think she's sitting there listening to you and she's sitting on the couch, sleep. I'm like, Mama, you done went to sleep that fast? Baby, y'all, I am the queen of rest. Um, I love to get in my resting time with myself. And God forbid there's a lover. We resting. We go rest up in the place, baby. We rested. I mean, yeah, I need to do a rest retreat. Let me write that up on this board, y'all, while I'm talking about it. Let me write it up here, y'all. Rest retreat. Because some of y'all just need time away from everything and just to rest and just to get away from it all. I promise I do. So yeah, getting into healing your womb, y'all. I know I was going live on Friday. Friday time, I was just totally exhausted. Saturday, what did I end up going working out? That's more of my self-care regimen is hitting the gym, sitting in the sauna. So I did that. And then after that, I came home, relaxed, watched a movie. It was like, because sometimes y'all being live is like peopling to me. And doing videos is like peopling, and you don't always feel like peopling. Okay, well, at least I don't always feel like peopling. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I always feel like peopling. Hey, beautiful. And so I did not feel like peopling yesterday, but today, after much needed self care, I went and got a Brazilian wax from Love Line for You. If you're in the Memphis, Tennessee area, she also she goes to California. She travels. Look into her. She's on Instagram at Love Line for You. The number 4 and the letter U. Wonderful. I'm also going to put her information. I'm going to drop her information here. She's amazing. She does the sugaring. She does the sugaring wax, which is amazing. I had never had sugaring. I've been getting wax. Let's see, it's 2022. I've been getting wax for about 15 years now. Normally getting my Brazilians for about 15 years now. And she was the first person that I've gotten sugaring done. I've had the hard wax, red wax, but I've never had the sugaring. And it was an amazing experience. It didn't hurt. I'm smooth and I don't grow a lot of hair. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who want to know. I'm not a hairy monster. So my last Brazilian was December. Yeah. My last Brazilian was December and she couldn't believe, she was like, you don't have no hair. And yeah, I do a full body. She did my legs as well. And I was like, yeah, I know. Like I don't grow hair. Like I'm not hairy, but I also don't like hair on my body. So I don't like a lot of hair on, that's one of my pet peeves. Everybody have pet peeves. And one of my pet peeves is just like a hair on me. I don't like hair on my head. Like this is it. Like I don't like armpit hair. I don't like private, intimate area hair. I don't like hair on my legs. Like I don't like it. It's just something about y'all. Like, yeah, but anyway. Yes, girl. Yes, yes. Okay, so yeah, I have some people who ordered their waist trainers, and we're waiting for the waist trainers to get in. Should be any day now. They'll be here. Oh, yeah, I meant to put the microphone on. Yeah, I've probably been here. I don't know which I've been here. Sorry about that. But anyway, technical difficulties. Um, but anyway, yeah, I had some people who ordered, they're ready to get snatched. We are doing the Snatch Challenge starting May the 2nd. We have a private Facebook group. We also have the Snatch course. At the end, they will receive a certificate of completion saying they are officially and certified snatched. And snatch is not just, I got my wig snatched, I got my waist snatched. Of course, we will have our waist snatched and our bodies will definitely look amazing, our curves and all, but we're getting our minds snatched. We're becoming educated. I'm educating these women. I'm starting off here with the Heal Your Womb series so you all will know how to take care of your midsection. And it's so very important because for women, we will at an early age detach ourselves from our womb. We become totally detached from our womb because we learn from mom, big sister, aunties, or whomever that the cycle is horrible. And then you have these horrible cramps and you just don't want it. And your thought process is, because I know it was for me, when I get older, I'm taking all this shit out. Like, I don't even want this shit. Like, they have this shit. And some women still become older women who haven't matured in the mindset and they are still detached from their womb. And they like, hey, I don't want this shit. I want to get rid of this shit. Like, how can I just remove it? Because on top of the cycles, they also have fibroids or cysts or issues with their midsection. So, saying all of that, my goal with Snatched and starting off with the Heal Your Womb series is to reconnect women back to their womb space. It's for us to do a reconnecting back to our womb space by actually understanding what it is. And so, if you all haven't already, I highly encourage you to go back to Heal Your Womb 1, 2, 3. Listen to all of those videos as I go through pertinent information on first video. What is a fibroid? How is it even created? Where does it come from? And then Heal Your Womb part 2. That is the one where I go into the herbs and what herbs you need to actually, heal the space, relieve yourself of pain, and shrink your fibroids. That was Heal Your Womb 2. And then Heal Your Womb part 3. That's when I talked about the exercises, the movements that you need to do, and the movements you should avoid if you have fibroids, because you can't just go out here and do any and everything, especially if you haven't been working out. I say this to the women who, you haven't been doing anything, but you're seeing this you're seeing this midsection that's protruding out because the fibroid is growing. So what we learned to do is in part 2, we learned the herbs and how to cut off the supply, because you don't want to continue to feed it. It's just like a cancer. You don't want to continue to feed cancer sugar because it's just going to multiply. So you don't want to have them to proliferate. You want them to degenerate. Okay. So that is the goal, not proliferate, to degenerate. Okay. So that's what we're doing. And you learn how to do that in the exercises that I talk about. That's Heal Your Womb 3. So we are here in Heal Your Womb 4, y'all. I'm from the South, baby. Heal Your Womb 4. Woo. My little ginger tea. So Heal Your Womb 4. We are talking about some other healing energy modalities that may not have ever been in your thought processes of including in how to degenerate your fibroids. Okay, so a lot of people, and rightfully so, because that's what's pushed out to us in this Western world society, is to go to the doctor. If the doctor prescribes us some hormone pills or a UFE or hysterectomy, we just go with whatever they say. But what I'm offering to those women, those beautiful, beautiful women, those 80 to 70% of women who are going to have fibroids before they're at the age of 50, are other ways to rid ourselves of fibroids. Okay. And I know this is not going to be for everybody because I know I'm not for everybody. And I know some people don't care. Some women literally just want to get rid of it all. But I am here to serve those women who want to give their wound another chance. They are saying, hey, I don't like medications and I want to go a more holistic way of healing my body and healing myself. And I know there are other alternative methods, other healing modalities that I can learn about, that I can even research more about. Because, see, really, this video is helping to put more information on your mind. I went over this, I think, on video 1 and possibly 2 as well, that there's no cookie cutter route for everybody. My route is definitely a more of a holistic approach, extreme, where you know your blood type, you eat for your blood type, you are eating raw fruits and vegetables, you are juicing, you're doing smoothies, you're staying away from synthetics, you're staying away from chemicals, and you are going back to putting the nutrients back into your body. That way you can degenerate them and you can heal yourself. And this video talks about the sound therapy. And so when I talk about sound therapy and we utilize sound in so many different ways, we don't think about sound as being a healing mechanism, but it is. The voices, even our voice is a sound. Some voices can be therapy to some people. They can be soothing, they can be relaxing. And then some voices, which is sound, can also be annoying. It can get under your skin. And you hate to even hear the way or when these people talk. You're like, oh, her voice is just something about it I just don't like. It's even with people who are sing, even melodies in a song or an instrument can be healing. There are well-known studies out there of different frequencies or vibrations from different instruments have been healing for some people who are dealing with very detrimental illnesses and diseases. So, going into my story, when I first learned that I had these fibroids who were necrotic that I wanted to come out, because I'm holistic in my approach to everything that has to do with my body, everything that has to do with, the people around me. I like to take a holistic approach. And so I looked into sound therapy because, like I told you all before, we have organs. And when you even think about the word organ, you think about a rhythm, you think about a vibration, you think about sound. Even, when you hear someone, I can play the organ, all right, and it releases this harmonic, loud, harmonic sound that vibrates or penetrates through you. And so that was my thought. I was like, okay, there has to be a frequency or a vibration to heal these fibroids. And I went online, I went into the Google toolbox. And doing that, I found out that there were these frequencies. So I saw the 528 hertz. And I looked into that and I was like, wow, okay, let me get not just the sound bowls, but I wanted the actual, and I have it in there. I wanted the actual tuning fork. And so I ordered the tuning fork. And what I would do every night, round about bedtime after my meditation, when I'm almost deep into sleep, before that deep sleep, I had my tuning fork. I would take my tuning fork and hit it and just take it around the belly and the lower part of my stomach and around my stomach. I hit it a few more times and let it vibrate around. I hit it and I put it up to my ear on both sides and listen to the vibration. I hit it and do it again and really get this vibration and frequency into my body. Now, what I'm saying is that it was all a part of my therapy for me to heal myself. I'm not telling you that one specific thing worked. It was a compilation or combination of all of these different things, the eating, the holistic, the other holistic modalities, such as acupuncture that I told you about, the acupuncture, the cupping, the Chinese herbs, the herbal remedies, the massage therapy, also did the sound healing. Now you look into the sound therapy that resonates for you, but what is told is the 528 hertz, the heart hertz. So it was that frequency, that tuning fork, that vibration that I used in my ear and also around my belly, around the area where I knew the fibroids to be in the uterus area and all around the womb. And so um, I'm going to tell you this though. For those of you all who are skeptical or this seems a little bit outlandish for you, it's too far-fetched, or you be like, okay, sound can't heal me. That's like you saying that, I drink this magic potion and I'm healed. For those of you all who don't necessarily can fathom the energy healing on a level of vibration, frequency, and sound, then it will not work. Okay, because what works for you is only what your consciousness or your mindset can perceive as being your healing method. I if you believe, and it's really based on your thought process and your belief system. If you believe whatever you get from the doctor's office is going to heal you, then it'll heal you. If you believe that reading scripture is going to heal you, then it's going to heal you. If you believe that doing these affirmations every day is going to heal you, it's going to heal you. Whatever your thought process is, really, and that's why I want people to understand, whatever your thought process is in your healing is what it will be. Okay. If you think that, hey, I'll drink this water every day and I'll take time off of work, that's going to be my healing. It'll be your healing. The science around the sound is what is so amazing to me. And I'm gonna pull it up so I won't be trying to go off of my memory. So sometimes that thing could be flawed. But sound therapy healing frequencies are something that people use for cancer. People use it for various different um, issues. And it's the solfeggio frequencies. That is the term, solfeggio. All right. So the 285 hertz is one of the solfeggio frequencies. It is used as instrumental in healing cuts, burns, and other physical wounds. So these frequencies activate the body into cellular regeneration, encouraging it to heal itself in the event of injury. So the sound therapy is encouraging your body to heal itself. It's those vibrational sounds that's actually encouraging your organs and the body itself, that is a vibrational frequency electromagnetic being within itself, which runs off of pulses. Even the earth has a pulse and a vibration, and it has a sound. The sun has a sound. Okay, so if you don't know these things, I encourage you to first educate yourself on knowing what this is. Okay, and knowing that we live in a vibratory frequency world. Okay. And you are not outside of it unless you put yourself outside of that and you rely on synthetics to do the work. But everything we need is already here for us, just like the herbs, just like the food from the earth and the sound therapy is all here for us. So there are 7 healing frequencies. Okay. So, of course, we went over the healing sounds of the 285. Then you have what I told you, which is the 528 hertz. Then it goes up to 639, 741, 852, and 953. So, 963. My apologies. It's 963. All right. So, when we're looking at the 396 hertz, you're looking at the solfeggio frequencies that powers you to your goals, eradicates you feeling of guilt, helps you to overcome fear, and it liberates your subconscious negative thoughts, okay, and beliefs. It's used to balance you or to ground you, all right, at the root level. It's used to ground you. Now I'm going to the 528 hertz frequency. And this is known as the love frequency, the miracle tone, the frequency of transformation. It is known for its powerful transformation effects on the human body, as it helps to reduce the stress hormone cortisol in your body, which that helps to reduce the midsection, the inflammation there. Its beneficial effects of increased amount of energy. It also helps in balancing and tuning in your solar plexus, which is your center. All right. It's like in Chinese medicine, and I also do Tai Chi. It is known as our dantian. So that's right below here. It's like in between here and right below the navels, that mid area. All right. So when we combine these two powerful sources of sound and vibration, what you receive is miraculous. All right. So it brings transformation, it heals. All right. It lifts your self-esteem and it balances. Okay. So that is the reason why I use the 528 hertz, because it was known as the healing frequency. I'm going to go into more of the 528 hertz and healing fibroids. So this is what I did, and this is what I found, y'all. And this is right here in the Google toolbox. This is, and this is me actually looking more in depth into it. And it doesn't hurt that I'm already in school to get my naturopathic medicine doctorate degree. And I went a little bit deeper and I understand the quantum physics behind this and why it actually works. Okay. Because remember, again, like I told you all, I think it was on 2 or 3. What I'm talking about is healing you at your life force. This is healing you at your base. We are getting to the root of the issue. It's presenting itself as fibroids. Okay. It is presenting itself as fibroids. But we have to go back before the fibroids were created. What was my vibration? What was my frequency? What was my energy? What was my mindset? Who was I during the creation and the formation of these fibroids before they actually came into being? How was I eating? How was I thinking? What was the company I was keeping around? What type of music was I listening to? What were the things or the self-talk I was telling to myself? Was it positive? Was it negative? Where was I? Because like I told you all before in 1 and 2 of Heal Your Wound, you can't think that over 20, 30 year span, 40 years, some of us 50 or 60, who knows, however old you are, that all those years of excessiveness is going to be changed in an instant. All right. It has to be an ongoing process. And these are the things that we're doing in order for us to heal ourselves. So, going back into what I was telling you. Oh, the binaural beats of healing your uterus. All right. So, curing the uterus and the heaviness, even here it's talking about there are binaural beats you can listen to. If you don't have a tuning fork, if you don't have the 528 sound bowls, go on to helpful little YouTube and Google 528 hertz binaural beats, and you'll be able to listen to these healing frequencies. Okay. Okay. So, in order to reduce the pelvic pressure, pelvic pain, urinary frequency, bleeding, we use these fertility frequency hertz, is what it's called. Okay. And it starts at 246 for those of women who are infertile, who are trying to conceive a baby. There are healing frequency sounds. And let me go back to, and it's recommended 3 to 4 times a week. But this is what I want to transition back into. Um, I want to go back over the uterus has a vibration. Okay, this is how we conceive. The uterus has a vibration and a frequency that it's on. Okay, During intercourse, that same vibration frequency syncs up with your mate, your husband, your spouse, your partner, whomever. It syncs up with him. So the vibration of your uterus, he syncs up with that vibration. That same vibration goes into his scrotum, releases the sperm in ejaculation and orgasm. The sperm is on a frequency in order to get to an egg and to penetrate that egg in order for you to become pregnant. Now, if the uterus vibration is off, then the vibration you're sending to your partner, the vibration you're sending to your mate, your spouse, your husband, whomever, that vibration you're sending to him during intercourse is not going to match up. And therefore, the vibration that he's going to send out of those sperm are not going to reach the egg in order to penetrate it to get you to being pregnant. So, timing plays a part in it because of course you need to be at the time of you being, your ovulation. You need to know you need to know your cycle. Okay, you need to know your cycle. There are apps for that. If you don't know, you don't have to keep track of it no more. There are apps out there that you can put it on your phone and it can keep track of your cycles and where you are ovulating and where you are the most highest time of the month to conceive. That is a vibration. Okay. Because again, women, we are connected to the moon cycle. We're connected to the energy of the moon. Our 28 days, the moon goes through a 28-day cycle. It goes from full to new. All right. Every 28 days, we got a whole new situation. That's just like the woman. We sync up with the moon cycles. That is a frequency, that is a vibration. Now, again, when you're mating, with your significant other, he's going to his vibration is going to sync up with the uterus. All right, and that's where the connection comes, and the ejaculation as well as the orgasm. Okay, you have that, or what some people may call chemistry. All right, it's all the same. So you want to make sure that that vibration of your uterus is at its highest if you are someone who's trying to conceive. If you're someone who's not trying to conceive, it's not your goal to have children, but it is your goal to make sure that you have a healthy womb space, I still highly suggest you to get the tuning for it. If you only do like I did and get the 528 hertz, that is the energy, that is the sound in order to transform. That's the healing sound. Okay, that's the healing frequency that your womb needs in order for it to heal itself. And we can even look into it from a medical perspective. You go in to have an ultrasound. Okay, so our bodies are based on these frequencies. Okay, our bodies are based on these sounds. So it's not unfathomable in your mind to think that this doesn't work when we go to our doctor's office to have an ultrasound. Okay. So even even when we talked about MRIs, if you go to have an MRI, what is that? The magnetic resonance imaging. Okay. Looking at this, I'm reading off what we go to get. It's a form of medical imaging that measures the response of the atomic nuclei of body tissues to high frequency radio waves when placed in a strong magnetic field, and that produces images of the internal organs. Organs, frequencies, waves, all right, vibration, all of this, because the people who created this, get my hair done. The people who created this knew that the body itself is a frequency. So they had to create something in order to capture the images of the organs that go within a particular type of rhythm. They have to be in sync with the rhythm of the body. So, at our ground state, our ancestors, the people who are indigenous to this land, part of the ways that they went into healing before they even had the white coats in the hospitals, the apothecary, the wise woman, the people who actually were the medicine doctors in the tribes, they used what was given to them from the earth. All right. That was the herbs. That was the food that came from the earth, along with the vibrational healing. So, a lot of the things that healed us before we, evolved into what we have now were the things that God gave us. And we have to look into what do those things look like. We have to even look into what we're using in a hospital setting. Like I just gave you the definition for MRI, the magnetic resonance imaging, is based on high frequency radio waves. Okay. Now, let's look into even going into ultrasound. So, going into looking at the meaning of that, because I want you all to understand these meanings. So, looking here is the sound or other vibrations having an ultrasonic frequency, particularly as used in medical imaging. An ultrasound scan, especially one of a pregnant woman, to examine the uterus. So when you go in, it's also here talking about vibrations, okay, in order for them to create a medical imaging. So when we're using these frequencies, again, the 528 hertz frequency, and it is used. I want you all to go back in, look up more information on this 528 frequencies. You can use this radio frequency of 528 hertz to reduce the size and to shrink your fibroids. So radio frequency is and they also, and I saw this, I'm doing my research this past week, they now have created, and hopefully I can find it while I'm on here. They have created this type of not machine, but it's some type of tool that they're going to be using in hospitals that's non-invasive, that is based on sound healing and vibration in order to shrink the fibroids. All right. And this is a minimal invasive procedure that uses heat to target fibroids one by one, reducing their size significantly. By shrinking the fibroids, patients enjoy less severe symptoms and a better quality of life. So here they're using frequency, radio frequency, along with heat. This is what they're doing here in for people who don't want to have surgery. I'm trying to find. I read and I read and it was earlier this year. I mean, not early this week, on this machine that they're now using to heal fibroids through sound. New treatment for a focused ultrasound beam heats and destroys. Yeah, that's the one I was just telling you about. Um, that is the new ultrasound approved to treat uterine fibroids. Let me see. This may have been the one I was looking at. It's a new device. Yes, this is it. The FDA approved this new device known as the Exabalate, maybe saying that right, 2000, for the treatment of uterine fibroids in women after an expedited review process because it offers significant advantage over existing treatments for uterine fibroids. About 20 to 40% of women over 35 develop this. We already know that. So instead of having the hysterectomy, what they're doing is utilizing this new device as an alternative therapy for women who want to have children or just do not wish to have their uterus removed despite having completed childbearing years. Okay, so it could be women, who knows? I just saw I just saw a couple of weeks ago, I was on YouTube and saw the couple lady was 50 and her husband was 61 and they just had their first baby. So I don't know what childbearing years are anymore. I don't think we should even put an age on it. But if you're at a time when you don't want to have children anymore, that's childbearing years, you're done. So it says this focused ultrasound beam heats and destroys the fibroid tissue using high frequency sound waves. All right, is using high frequency sound waves. The treatment requires repeated targeting and heating of all fibroid tissue while the patient lies inside an MRI machine. So they're coupling the magnetic resonance imaging along with the actual device, which they said may take up to 3 hours. Okay. And it says after 6 months of follow up, the study have shown that this device successfully reduced uterine fibroid related problems for 71% of the women. Okay. 21% of the women did require additional surgery for uterine fibroids within a year. So 71% is a nice number. All right. So this is letting us know that the vibrational frequency works, and they know that it works because they've turned it into a device to actually warm up, heat up your womb, and do the sound therapy that's non-invasive that helps actually get rid of the fibroids. So I highly encourage you all, like I said before, if you haven't, get the sound bowls or get you a tuning fork. Again, it's 528 hertz. Make sure that I put it in the description so you all know the tuning fork is the 528 hertz, and you can purchase it. Get your tuning fork on Amazon. It's really take you take the mallet and you hit it, and that's it. And you just have to be consistent with it. All right. So this next week, it's going to be our last week on the Heal Your Womb series, because I'll be dedicating all my time and attention to the Snatch Challenge for the ladies who have went to the website, purchased their waist trainer or their waist wrap. Either one. Is two on there. You choose either one you want. Some people have gotten both. And so all of my time and attention will be dedicated to the Snatch Challenge, to the women who are in that private Facebook group. We also have a course where women will be getting their certificate, and they will be certifiable snatched. But it will be more education so they can know how to take care of their midsection and how to keep a snatch waistline, and what causes, our bellies to bulge out, or that gut, and what we need to do in order to get rid of that. And for those of you who may not be able to afford the Snatch Challenge, you may not be able to get a waist trainer and be a part of it. I do have the Lose Your Belly Fat in 7 Days on the website for you to download immediately. That is my ebook. It gives you a 7-day, day-by-day process on what you need to do on a daily basis, and with consistency and discipline, doing exactly what I tell you to do, you will lose belly fat and you will start to shrink the waistline. You will see results in 7 days if you follow the plan that's given. And that is on MissFitnessDiva.com as well. So there's a little something for everybody, no matter where you are, what your budget is, in order to help you get healthy. And holistically, I'm all about the holistic aspect of it. So again, thank you all for joining me. Hopefully something that I shared today sparks some in your brain to do something for you, to, get you to a space of wanting to heal your womb, wanting to do something out of the norm, that you don't have to take synthetics, you don't have to be on anybody's table, you don't have to have a surgery, that you can do it and you can heal yourself. So we are learning how to heal ourselves. All right, so hopefully you all visit the website. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram, The Fitness Diva. I'm also on Facebook, Miss Fitness Diva, and yeah, the Miss Fitness Diva on Instagram, and Miss Fitness Diva on Facebook. Share, like, subscribe, and make sure you come back and watch the previous videos. Heal Your Womb 1, 2, 3. This is 4. We have a 5th one coming up this week, and that's going to be an overall review and talk about, the after effects and what we are going to see after we start to do all of these holistic practices to heal our womb. Okay.